What's up, guys? I hope you're doing great. Well, today we're gonna talk about how to be outrageously consistent. Here are tips to be consistent in your life. Well, I can remember that once my friend laughs at me whenever we walk into a restaurant because the waiter will look over and smile and ask, same? I tend to go to the same restaurants and order the same thing, as I tell my friend, why fix what's not broke? My productivity is predicated on consistency. If I break out of my routine, then I am much more likely to go completely off the rails and fly into a McDonald's. Here are some tips to help us be consistently consistent. If I was able to hire a bunch of consultants to generate a pie chart of my most successful days, then they would almost certainly start with upholding my morning routine. My current morning routine is wake up, meditate 5 minutes, read, get out of bed, step out onto a balcony where I brush my teeth and splash water on my face. A little stretching is nice. 25 push-ups, 50 jumping jacks. Get ready and go. Well, it's not super optimized, but it's effective in getting me started in a state of controlled focus. And here focus stands for follow one course until success. Here we can remember what Daniel Day-Lewis said, which was, when I did make the decision to focus on acting, I think my mother was just relieved for me that I had finally started to focus. Well, here's a big question. What do you want? Build a system around it. Routines, tasks, people, rewards, consequences, events, and tools. What's the best thing you can do right now? Write it down and then focus on completing it, one to do at a time. It's easier to be consistent when our behavior isn't erratic and distracted. To have consistent behavior, strive for consistent thinking. Here we can remember what Thomas Jefferson said, in matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. This can be difficult for someone like me who fancies himself an essayist, because I need to constantly come up with new topics to philosophize about. 1 month I am in an existential spiral as I ponder the meaning of life, and the next I'm ready to live in a barrel by the river. In the end, though, rereading empowering thoughts helps set the mental foundation for my day so that wherever my mind wanders, it'll be grounded in principle. While you're walking toward your destination, you may experience self-doubt. So, self-doubt is the ultimate consistency destroyer. Imagine self-doubt as the monster. The self-doubt monster dwells in the shadows. Remember, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will, said Susie Kaysen. Knowledge eliminates the shadows, but there isn't enough time or even capability to eliminate all the shadows in our mind. Here, Winston Churchill said, "You will never reach your destination if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks." It's an interesting quote. We must trek on toward our outcome goal, and only after we completed a sufficient number of process goals should we confront the self-doubt monster. Write it down. I will not dwell on self-doubt until I've completed all my process goals. Write down your process goals and keep it close. If after you've completed your process goals, you still haven't progressed toward your outcome goal, then it might be wise to explore the shadows to see what new path might be worth taking. Well, the next tip is do it even if you don't feel like it. This is a philosophical point I've struggled with. The obvious answer is, of course, you should do things even when you don't feel like it. But I think this mentality is only useful for short-term behavior. Ultimately, we shouldn't be forcing ourselves out of bed to do the thing we feel we've got to do. I think Steve Jobs offers a useful strategy to balance consistency with happiness. What Steve Jobs said is this: I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. So remember, be consistent even when you don't feel like it, because you'll often be grateful and happy that you pushed through the momentary discomfort. Dwayne Johnson said, wake up determined, go to bed satisfied. But you find you're still unsatisfied despite being consistent day after day, then try being consistent at something else. The next tip is identity. You are what you do daily. We aren't what we do from time to time. That's something like a confusion that we all have. We are really what we do day in and day out. If you don't feel like running, remind yourself, I am a runner and runners run. So here I want you to remember what Aristotle said. We are what we repeatedly do. The last tip is improve your consistency to consistently improve. Here we can remember the definition of insanity given by Albert Einstein. He said, it is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But here I can change a little bit it, and you could say that if you find something that needs to be changed, you should do it and act upon it. And I'd say do the same thing over and over again while improving upon it. That's certainly my definition of success. So here you can remember what Mother Teresa said: be faithful in small things, because it is in them that your strength lies. So you should identify why you failed, and while you find that reason, you should take action in order to solve that issue. Improvements don't have to be as costly as that, because part of the beauty of consistency is that it permits you to be incremental in your progress. When you have those days that feel like nothing changed, reflect on how far you've come and how far you'll go, because you'll then see how different your life is indeed. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please share, subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below and tell me what do you think about it and how are you doing to be consistent in your life, and what has been your progress with any strategy that you've implemented. It was a pleasure to be here with you guys. See you soon.